Hi, thank you for joining me. And this has been a wee while in the making, and I've been sitting on this waiting for the right time to say it out loud. Now, this dates back to a good few months ago when I had the knee replacement in October 2018. I was looking for post-knee replacement goal to work back towards. I'm very goals driven and targets driven, as you can see by the medals above me in all the years with AMGB, Team GB. However, I needed something that I thought was achievable post knee replacement. Now, and triathlon's not achievable because I'm not allowed to run anymore because that will chew the knee up faster, and I don't want to go back here anytime soon. So I needed a new goal. So I've been wondering about different types of goals, and I thought then maybe something like swim the Fovo straight or something like that. So I thought about that for a while, but no, really wasn't something that I was really keen on. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, Mary, at the Surf to City in Invercargill back a month or two ago, and I was suddenly given the goal, and I didn't even know that this existed until she spoke to me. So let's go back into my sporting history. The last time that I was actually racing for any type of sporting event was in 2012. No, wait, 11, 12, yes, 12. And it was Auckland when the World Championships came here to New Zealand. And that, when I did the race, didn't realise that was going to be my last. So we're talking 7, 8 years ago since I last did that sort of level of sport. So if I'm going to go back to that sort of thing, that's a massive mountain, especially with a knee replacement. So before I make a goal of any type, I need a person on my team that is talking my language. Now, you know that I went back around town looking for a new physiotherapist a wee while ago. One that was speaking my language, that could see things from my point of view, and thought that my grand plans were actually possible, because everybody has been telling me they're not. And I'm not willing to accept not unless you give me a good medical reason why not. So I found an excellent physiotherapist called Joel, and he's at Accelerate Physio in Invercargill. Now, I told him what my goal was, and he said, this goal is going to depend on how hard I'm willing to train and how bloody minded I am. Both of those things, not a problem. I love the fact that Joel didn't think the knee was anything to do with this goal being achieved. So what is the goal? Have you figured it out yet? So my friend Mary, if she was watching this, she's probably sorted it out by now, because it was her that started this whole thing off in my brain. Apparently, there is a thing called an aqua bike. Now, it is a triathlon without the run. Perfect, I thought. I've still got the multisport, but I don't ruin the knee. What was more, though, was that there is a world championship at aquabike, and it only started in 2017. Even better, because I don't like small goals, I like big goals. So what I wondered was, is it possible to get this leg fast enough to be able to do not only an aquabike, but be able to qualify for the age group team for New Zealand and represent this country at aquabike at world level? Was that possible? So I set about doing some research, and I've looked at previous race results, and I've looked at how the qualifying criteria works. Now, I'm a permanent resident in New Zealand, so that means I am eligible to be selected for the team. So then I just needed to figure out whether I could possibly be fast enough. So I went to see my new mate Joel and asked him whether he thought this was a realistic goal, and he absolutely thought it was. So what I've got to do is I've got a certain speed target to be able to get my 3K swim inside. Now, if you've been watching what I've been doing lately in my training, you'll begin to figure out what I've been up to. So for the last month or so, I've been swimming 3K every week, plus 2. So I've been swimming 5K every week. There's been a reason for that. And then on top of that, I've got to add a bike. So an aqua bike is a 3K swim and a 120K bike ride. Now I've got to get within a certain percentage of the finishers female winning time in order to be selected and be in the top 3 in my age group. Do I think it's possible? Absolutely I do, because I've done all the sums and I absolutely think it is. I have been carefully monitoring my training over the last couple of weeks, and the swim, I actually don't think there's going to be much of a problem with it. The swimming is feeling pretty darn good as it is. The bike is going to be more of a challenge because, one, it's been so long since I actually raced at that sort of intensity, and two, my races up there were sprint races. I was always a sprinter. Now, this new race is going to be an endurance race. It's a long distance. It's like half to three-quarter Ironman distance, really, in triathlon terms. So I'm going to have to turn myself from a sprint cyclist into an endurance cyclist. But I've also got to do it pretty bloody quickly as well. That's what I'm currently working on. So you'll have been watching my cycling progress, and I have been working on short speed to get this leg working and in building up the distance endurance on the bike, and that's what I'm currently doing at the moment. I'm trying to combine those two things, and me and the physio between us are working on leg strength and balance, because I'm obviously lacking a lot of power in that leg. So that is my plan. Now, when is this going to happen? So I'm aiming to do the race in Wanaka in February 2020, which is a selection race for Triathlon New Zealand for the Aquabike World Championships next year. Now, if I can get within the percentage of the winner and in the top 3, and I have already applied to be selected, then that means that I'll have to exchange my GB for an NZ. Another thing, I'm also under the understanding that if I manage this, it'll be incredibly rare for someone that has had a knee replacement to be able to return to competitive sport at such a level. And there's so little stats on this because I usually bundled in with the 60 plus somethings or something or other, that I see it as a wee challenge to see whether it is even possible. So that is what I'm up to. I'm aiming to change my GB for an NZ, and I'm hoping that I can get my swimming and biking fast enough to be able to be inside the selection criteria for Team New Zealand at age group Aquabike in 2020. If I manage it, that will be 9 years. Yeah, I think so. Since I last raced at that level. That's quite a large gap in between. And I'm also rebuilding this leg completely from scratch. I am turning myself into an endurance athlete rather than a sprint athlete. And I'm still rehabbing this knee because I've set this goal just 5 months post knee replacement. And the race, if I manage it, will take place only just outside a year post knee replacement. So, do you think I can do it? Comment below what you think of my goal, and do feel free to watch how I progress, because I will continue to share this journey, because do you know what? I firmly believe that unless there is a darn good medical reason why not, anything is possible, and it does not matter how bionic I am. So wish me luck, and I'll talk to you soon.